It's getting crunch time in fantasy football. It's time to really lock in. And if you want to improve your chances of going to your fantasy playoffs and having a shot to win your league, these are some guys you need to add potentially. If you have Dak Prescott, a quarterback, or you have another quarterback that's struggling, Caleb Williams maybe, Drake May might be your solution. Drake May in his first 3 starts has put up damn near 20 points in every start, and he has great rushing upside, 95 yards rushing in the last game. This team is a bad football team. Drake May is getting a lot of opportunities to make plays in the run game as a runner. Really, you're seeing that Josh Allen comparison. He's making throws. He's really putting the offense on his back. In these 3 games, 770 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 209 yards rushing. So he's just been a dynamic threat, a dual threat quarterback. So hopefully he keeps building that connection with his young receivers. But Drake May is a quarterback I would look at. A guy so far in, 3 game sample size has really showed out. He could be that next franchise quarterback for the Patriots. I really like what I saw from him the last 3 games. So this is somebody I would consider as your starting quarterback moving forward in fantasy football. Mike Gesicki, tight end for the Cincinnati Bengals. He had a huge performance, 5 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now with Eric Ali, the tight end from Iowa, with him tearing his ACL, the Bengals really liked him. Mike Gesicki is going to get leaned on a little more. They're going to look at him a little more too with T. Higgins being banged up, and he's potentially going to miss a Baltimore Ravens game. So if you need a tight end this week, if Cole Kmet is your tight end, he's struggling, there's still a pretty good chance he's available in the waiver wire. He could potentially have a big week against the Baltimore Ravens secondary that is inconsistent. They had a good performance against the Denver Broncos, but we saw what Joe Burrow did to this defense the last time they played, and really, anytime they play, he puts up big numbers. Mike Gesicki, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, I expect those guys to have huge games. So, yeah, if you need a tight end, Mike Gesicki is your guy. 27 fantasy points last week against the Raiders, and so far this season, 353 yards receiving. He has been a pretty reliable weapon for Joe Burrow. I expect that to continue with T. Higgins out. Another guy I would look at is Quentin Johnson, a receiver from the Chargers. 22 fantasy points last week. He's averaging 13 fantasy points a game in this offense, and the offense is improving. Justin Herbert, last couple weeks, the passing numbers have gone up. They're passing the ball a lot more. And Quentin Johnson, in his first game back since October 13th, he put up 118 yards, 4 catches, a touchdown. So he's a really good playmaker for them on the outside. They don't have Mike Williams anymore. Joshua Palmer's nice, but, Quentin Johnson has all the traits of a receiver. That big body frame, the speed, the catch radius, he can do it all as a receiver. It's just all about putting it all together and being consistent. But so far, him and Justin Herbert have been connecting this year. In this offense, he looks a little more comfortable as that guy that's going to get a couple catches, that's going to make a couple plays. So who knows? He put up big numbers against the Cleveland Browns secondary, which is a pretty good secondary. So who knows, his play can continue. This is a guy I would look at if you have, Christian Kirk as your receiver. This is the receiver I would add if your receivers right now are currently banged up. This is a guy that could be in your flex. Maybe you could start him. I personally would probably stash him and see if he could play like this for another week and then put him in the starting lineup, but just something to think about. This is definitely a receiver I'd be running to the waiver wire to add. Let me know down below any names I missed, some guys that you're running to the waiver wire to add, or some positions of need that you need to improve on. Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, peace. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.